Have you ever enforced a boundary on your working days? You know what happens to cortisol when no boundaries are in place. Have you tried everything to lose weight except addressing your diary? The weight is the symptom. The boundary is the fat loss plan. In this video, you will learn why elevated cortisol makes fat loss impossible, how one enforced boundary changes the biological environment, and why 20 to 30 pounds can be lost in 90 days without a significant diet change. Number one, boundaries block the biology's breakdown. What do I mean by this? It's pretty self-explanatory. Put boundaries in place and you will stop your biology from breaking down. In this case, you are blocking high levels of cortisol. Proverbs chapter 25, verse 16 reads, "Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomit it." The body was not designed for unlimited demand, whether this is in the area of food or in the area of keeping your diary open all the time. Eat as much, do as much as is sufficient. With food, you would then digest. If we're talking about people, then you would take breaks from them. We don't want to exceed our very physical limits. Doing so increases cortisol. Keeping those levels chronically high over a long period of time then means that the stubborn body fat that you have will not budge. Boundaries enable the body to continue being capable of serving. As a pastor, if you master boundaries from now, then you will serve for much longer than a pastor who has none. Putting boundaries in place is the most pastorally driven decision you can ever make. What can you do to stop your cortisol from getting too high? Name one boundary that would reduce it the most. Limit it to one boundary, whether that's a boundary concerning your plate or a member of your congregation. Enforce it immediately so you don't chicken out. Number two, cortisol causes the body to carry more. What do I mean by this? The week's demands shows up on your body and stays there if you don't take care of cortisol. Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 reads, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." The cortisol load in the physical is as real as the spiritual one. Jesus is telling us to lay down our heavy burdens in the spirit, and he will give us rest. But this also applies to the natural, the physical. When we mentally and emotionally lay down our burdens to him, then it improves our physical standing. Elevated cortisol signals the body to store fat. This is simple biology and happens over a long period of time. The mental and emotional demands of your congregation, the physical demands of helping or being around your family, and all other demands that come from people you care about and from people that you want to help. All of this builds over time unless dealt with. The cortisol overrides any positive behaviors that you have put in place to reduce your weight. It doesn't matter how well you eat or how much physical activity you get. If the cortisol doesn't come down, then these measures will do nothing. What can you do to bring your cortisol levels down? Name and measure your biggest cortisol drivers this week. Make use of boundaries, big or small, to give yourself an opportunity to rest and relax. Cortisol will immediately begin dropping. Number three, 28 pounds left with one limit lasting 12 weeks. What do I mean by this? 20 to 30 pounds in 90 days came from just putting boundaries in place. Romans chapter 8, verse 11 reads, "He that raised up Christ from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his Spirit that dwelleth in you." Quicken means to make alive. The body is capable of far more than the current conditions suggest. Just because you are currently overweight doesn't mean that this is where you will stay. Your cortisol levels are specifically what is keeping you from losing the weight. As a pastor, you are never off. You are constantly in the lives of other people. You are constantly taking care of your own life as well as the lives of your family. and often don't have an outlet to pour out these other things that are poured into you. A simple boundary can reduce cortisol and change your body if you stick to it. 28 pounds, 12 weeks, one boundary consistently enforced. You may have already been trying all the trendy diets and getting more physical activity into your day or doing something else to lose the weight. But one boundary consistently enforced can shift all of that weight and more than any other physical intervention could do by itself. When the cortisol environment within your body is correct, then you don't have to force your body to drop body fat. It changes over time automatically. What can you do to make this a reality? Enforce one boundary consistently for 12 weeks. Many pastors tend to be people pleasers. You can't be healthy and a people pleaser. They don't mix. Put a boundary in place for the next 12 weeks and reclaim your health. Number 4, body responds when the right route is removed. What do I mean by this? The yoke of unlimited availability is bondage to your body right now. You are stretching yourself too thin. Galatians chapter 5 verse 1 reads, "Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Christ hath made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage." The unlimited diary is a yoke. The boundary is the liberty. Being available all the time to everybody keeps you bound. It keeps you in bondage. Mature believers set boundaries and are healthier as a result. This is why you can't be a people pleaser and be a pastor. It will lead to your downfall. If you are overly concerned with what people will think, then you will never be healthy. Set the boundary, stand firm on it. 20 to 30 pounds in 90 days, starting with one boundary enforced at step 1. This is referring to the sovereign strategy: spirit, stress, sleep, serving, and strength. Spirit is step number 1. The character of Jesus. Jesus had boundaries. We should have boundaries. Get the character of Jesus correct, then everything else flows from that. To move yourself in this direction, enforce the boundary this week without negotiation. You don't need to explain why you're putting a boundary in place. As long as your team can handle it, or you can assist from the sidelines, then set it. Give other people the opportunity to step up. To recap, number 1, boundaries block for biology's breakdown. Name one boundary that would reduce cortisol the most. Be honest, be strict, and set that boundary. Number 2, cortisol causes the body to carry more. Name and measure your biggest cortisol drivers this week. Again, be honest. You already know what they are and who you need to put boundaries in place with. Number 3, 28 pounds left with one limit lasting 12 weeks. Enforce one boundary consistently for 12 weeks. It's not enough to set that boundary once. People will have a hard time accepting it, so you need to be consistent. And number 4, body responds when the right route is removed. Enforce the boundary this week without negotiation. Don't explain yourself, just put it into practice. I hope this video has blessed you. Remember, sin can't win. Embody the son who won. DM Temple, grab my 30-pound fat loss framework, and I'll see you soon. Lose 20 to 30 pounds in 90 days. Spirit, stress, sleep, serving, strength. Done with you in 90 days with the sovereign strategy. If you are ready to work, book your sovereign session. Link in the description.